Welcome everyone, I am absolutely pumped to have you here for this explainer today. We are going to completely tear down the illusion of time management and uncover what it actually takes to reclaim your day. Seriously, this is a real game changer. We're going to follow the incredible journey of a regular corporate guy named David. Now David was drowning in the 9-to-5 grind, just completely exhausted, until he stumbled upon the legendary productivity principles of Peter Drucker. By applying the exact steps we're about to cover, David took his time back and built a wildly thriving business, all by mastering what we call the early morning edge.
But, before David found that edge, he was stuck right here. Look at that time, 1:37 a.m. I mean, maybe you've been there yourself, right? Picture David lying in a pitch-black bedroom, and the only light in the room is that harsh blue glow of his smartphone. His eyes are incredibly heavy, his body is literally screaming for sleep, but his thumb, it just won't stop mindlessly scrolling through videos. He refuses to put the phone down because in his mind, he absolutely deserves this late-night escape after a grueling day of work.
David called those late-night hours his me time. But let's be real, that me time is nothing but false freedom. It's a trap, a really painful trap. By staying up so late, David wouldn't wake up until 9 a.m. He'd wake up in a total panic, skip breakfast, and rush into the office by 10 a.m., instantly plunging right back into the reality of feeling like a corporate slave. He was stuck in this daily, exhausting cycle of fake busyness, answering endless emails, sitting in meetings, leaving him totally drained by 6 p.m. with absolutely zero personal progress to show for it.
So, what changed? Well, the turning point for David came during a weekend family get-together. His cousin casually drops the bomb that he is quitting his job because a side business he built, working just 2 hours a day, was taking off. David was deeply skeptical. No way, that's real, right? But the curiosity was just eating at him. This actually led him to a local bookstore where he met a really sharp, insightful mentor who went by the name Dr. Book. Dr. Book handed David a copy of Peter Drucker's classic, The Effective Executive, and asked him this piercing question: are you just busy, or are you actually effective?
Okay, let's dive into this because this is where the whole paradigm shifts. Dr. Book explained that time is our absolute most scarce resource. Once a day is gone, you can never ever buy it back. But here is the massive secret. Effectiveness, it's not a natural talent. It has absolutely nothing to do with a high IQ, and it's not even about just working harder. Effectiveness is a learned discipline. It's a specific set of practices that anyone can use to get maximum output in minimal time.
To prove this point, Dr. Book threw a challenge at David. He told him, stop planning your days and start doing a time audit. Because here's the thing, our memories constantly lie to us about how we actually spend our days. We think we worked for 3 solid hours, when in reality, we worked for maybe 20 minutes and scrolled social media for the rest. So Dr. Book instructed David to log every single hour of his day for 7 full days. It's the only way to uncover the undeniable truth of where his time was actually going.
Well, when David came back with his audit, the results were just shocking. I mean, from checking Slack at 9 a.m. to absolutely pointless meetings at 11 a.m. to constant office distractions at 2 p.m., all the way down to his mindless scrolling at 11 p.m., David realized he never had a single hour of uninterrupted work during the entire day. The data proved one crucial thing for sure. The early morning, before the rest of the world even wakes up, is literally the only truly uncontaminated time available to get ahead.
Section 1. Finding your contribution, the missing fuel.
Now, knowing you need to wake up early and actually pulling yourself out of bed are two very different things. Armed with this new knowledge, David tried setting his alarm for 6 a.m. and completely failed. He tried 7 a.m. Failed again. He went back to Dr. Book just consumed with guilt. But Dr. Book just smiled. He explained that David was failing because his focus was entirely wrong. He was focusing on the mere activity of waking up instead of a greater contribution. And this brilliantly illustrates Dr. Book's metaphor of the 3 masons. A traveler walks by a construction site and asks the first mason what he's doing. The angry mason grumbles, "I'm just laying bricks." He's just running on a treadmill of tasks with no real purpose, which totally drains his energy.
The traveler then moves on to the second mason and asks the exact same question. Now, the second mason is a bit more focused and replies, "I'm building a wall for a church." Okay, this is slightly better. He has a basic vision of the project he's part of. But at the end of the day, it's still just a job. He lacks the ultimate joyful driving force that's required to truly commit and push through that early morning resistance.
Finally, the traveler asks the third mason, who is working the hardest, but surprisingly looks the most joyful. The third mason proudly says,
I am building a house for God where people will find peace. Guys, this is the secret. True motivation doesn't come from the mechanical steps of a task, like simply setting an alarm or starting a business. It comes from defining your profound contribution to society. That deep sense of purpose is what literally pulls you out of bed in the morning. Your why is the ultimate fuel. So David sat down and really thought about what he actually wanted to contribute to the world. He realized he was super passionate about the health industry. He decided his contribution would be creating healthy protein bars and fitness products to help people lose weight and regain their confidence. Suddenly, everything clicked. He wasn't just waking up early to do work anymore. He was waking up to change people's lives. That clarity gave him the exact fuel he needed to conquer his mornings.
Section 2. The Efficiency Framework. Do the right things first.
Now, what's really interesting about this concept is Drucker's golden rule for effective executives. They do not try to do everything. Being effective means having laser focus on the right things and ruthlessly eliminating the rest. To protect those highly valuable, uncontaminated morning hours from meaningless distractions, you need a really strict filter. Drucker's framework uses two crucial lists. First, the stop doing list. This includes tasks that add absolutely zero value to your life, like attending meetings where you have no input or mindlessly scrolling. Second, the offload list. These are necessary tasks, sure, but someone else can do them better or faster than you. You have to filter your life through these two lists so your morning is reserved purely for high-impact work.
But listen, even with the right fuel and the right lists, there is one final, incredibly critical hurdle. You have to eliminate the daily mental negotiation. If you wake up at 6:30 a.m. and ask yourself, should I sleep for 5 more minutes? Should I get up now or at 7? You have already lost. The secret to actually waking up and reclaiming your time is to make one high-quality decision right now, ahead of time.
You must make a single, non-negotiable commitment to yourself. It literally has to be, I wake up at 7 a.m., period. No snooze button, no debates with yourself, no weighing how cozy the bed feels in the moment. By cutting out all those small, exhausting daily choices, your brain actually stops fighting you. It simply accepts the reality. And over time, waking up becomes an automatic, natural habit rather than a daily, exhausting battle of willpower.
Section 3. The Compound Effect. A year of transformation.
Now, let me be totally straight with you. When David first started this, it was incredibly painful. During that first week, his body fought back hard. He barely slept, he was groggy, his brain felt like mush, but he refused to break his quality decision. He stuck to it, and that's when the magic of the compound effect really began to snowball. Because David was finally working in that uncontaminated morning zone, in week 1, even while exhausted, he managed to write several articles. In week 2, he built his entire landing page. By week 3, he had a functioning email list. He accomplished more in one bad week of focused morning work than he used to in months of scattered late-night attempts. Fast forward 1 year, and this compounded effort allowed him to entirely quit his corporate job.
And the tangible results? Absolutely phenomenal. Just 1 year later, David wasn't just free from the 9-to-5 grind, he had built a thriving health business with a base of 1,000 loyal customers actively buying his protein bars. He walked back into that exact same bookstore wearing a sharp suit and handed Dr. Book a gift to thank him for completely changing the trajectory of his life. He mastered the 11 a.m. habit by getting his most vital work done before the rest of the world even started their day.
So as we wrap up this explainer today, I want to leave you with a final provocative thought. You do not have to remain a busy, exhausted corporate slave caught in that midnight trap. You literally have the blueprint right here. Find your true contribution, filter out the noise, and master those uncontaminated morning hours. The only thing left is for you to decide. What is your quality, non-negotiable decision going to be tomorrow morning? Decide right now and go reclaim your time.